This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
It's time to think outside the pocket on Saturday Scramble.
I think the Bucks signed their souls away or something.
I look at the Bucks as Augustus Gloop.
Probably really smart, actually, because I write such long.
Yes! Clip that, Riley. Jason said that I'm smart.
I go to the gym to fight people.
That's awesome.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
What's poppin', Saturday Scramblers? It's Pablo Iglesias alongside Riley Jauch live from the Everlight Solar Studio. It is a blustery Saturday, and it feels like the perfect stage down south in Chicago, if you will, from Wisconsin, as the Packers are going to take on the Chicago Bears in the wild card round. The rubber match here on 100.5 ESPN Madison as we get you ready for Packers game day, leading you into great coverage of Green Bay game day, but on the Saturday Scramble here from 10 to noon, Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch. Riley, it's great to be here for Season 2 of Saturday Scramble. How are you feeling about this? How are you feeling about the game?
I feel fantastic right now. The weather, this is playoff weather.
This
I woke
is beautiful,
up,
isn't it?
Looked out my window, saw the snow on the trees, it cascading down. Like this is Packers, Bears, playoff weather. No better way to start the day, and I'm fired up. I cannot wait another 9 hours for this game to kick off. Let's go.
Yeah, so again, Pablo Iglesias, Riley out here. This is the Saturday Scramble. For those of you coming back to us, yes, we have been renewed for Season 2, so we are back. Woo! We're ready to ride this one out, so keep joining us from 10 to noon every Saturday here on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And also, you can call in on the Carbless Talk and text line 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and text line. Liz is more. We are off and running, and we want to put out the poll question, too, to ask you, are you feeling worried or excited about the Packers-Bears game tonight? Choices, I'm fired up, or I'm a nervous wreck. Riley, I'm going to tell you straight up, throughout this entire week, I kind of knew what was coming. I knew before that the matchup was even set, that it felt like that this was going to be Bears-Packers outside of that small little window. I think we all felt that on Sunday night.
Your team almost blew it by playing their starters against the Lions.
We lost our way into the second seed, baby.
Thank you to the Commanders, because I'm much more excited for this matchup than potentially playing Philly.
Yeah, well,
at least in round one.
I will admit, I felt like a nervous wreck coming into this, but something has changed. Something has changed, and call me delusional, call me crazy, but I'm saying there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. But I feel good coming into this one just because of the historic rivalry. And listen, I know how you are very much beyond being a grappler in high school. You've got a strong wrestling background. You are truly the embodiment of bend, don't break. So I feel like I could try to convince you otherwise to try to shake the cage a little bit, but I can tell already too. You're looking at me stone-faced if you're not looking at this at the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Riley Jauch is not flinching by any means. You are not flinching. What I want to ask you, where does the confidence come from? Your unwavering confidence in the Green Bay Packers, and we'll get into this some more. We'll have Jason Wilde later today, but I want to ask you, Riley, your confidence going into this specific game, not from past history. I want to know why you feel very confident, from what I'm sensing, that the Green Bay Packers will go into Chicago and move on to the next round.
Yeah, that's a great question, and I would love to go back and look at history. However, I think recent history, I was on Jim, Matt, and Molly with Jim Rutledge, another Bears fan, before the last game.
Very smart man.
And I took some flack from Bears fans on Twitter for saying that, why are we talking about Caleb Williams? The Bears are still the same old Bears until they can beat the Packers. And lo and behold, the Packers choke away the last game at Soldier Field, and Caleb Williams got the job done in the clutch. So I can't just rely on history anymore for my confidence in why the Packers are going to beat the Bears. And today, my confidence rests in that, one, I think the Packers are the better team, but two, in Jordan Love. I understand he has been out for the past 3 games. He got hurt against Chicago. We haven't seen him since. But despite the rust, I think today is the day for Jordan Love to show out, return to that Cowboys wild card game form against a Bears secondary and a Bears defense that made Brock Purdy look like the second coming of Tom Brady. I think today is Jordan Love's day to shine. I think he is going to feast today, and that gives me oodles of confidence.
So the question that I want to flip from there too is, do you feel like it will be, or do you feel like it has to be too? Because I think that there's two sides to that. Because this is a $56 million quarterback that you're paying on an annual basis. I love the confidence. I love the feeling. Because I know you from Wisconsin College Game Day and everything. If you don't know Riley also on the Jump Around too, which you can hear the both of us on that on Thursdays on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Yeah, well-produced show, I believe, too.
Better hosted show.
But the question is, though, for Jordan Love. Because, again, I can see that there's confidence from you, and you feel like that Jordan Love can ball out. But I feel like for Packer fans, too, there is that the little bit of the teetering. Are we paying him too much? Was it one Carathon series that we gave him too much money for? And has he proven it since? Hunter Vaughn, who's also behind the glass too. I know I'm going to be bringing up some tough times in that wild card round where he got to see Jordan Love just explode.
I choose to forget that time in my life.
He has removed that point. It's like Severance too. I don't know
Poor
if either of you
Cowboys
guys have seen that show. It's basically just trying to take that out of your brain. But anyway, I feel like this has to be a game where Jordan Love needs to prove that he's a $56 million man. Otherwise, what's the point at this rate? If you get your doors knocked out and get kicked out of Chicago, not only is your season over, but your division rival knocks you out. This is a team that's growing. Little brother, you know what everybody always says. I will admit, the Chicago Bears still kind of feel like little brother, being a Chicago guy and everything. But little brother's a little taller now. Little brother can swing, as Pat the designer said once on one of our shows here on Jim, Matt, and Molly. Little brother ain't afraid to throw out some punches. So that's all I'm saying right now for Jordan Love is that it doesn't seem like that he is a quarterback that has flinched a lot. But, again, you have to be the guy that wins this game. Because if you're not for the Green Bay Packers, it really says a little – it says to me, what does it do for your legacy?
Yeah.
What does it do for what you're going to be known as here on out?
Yeah, exactly. And for our fans who are listening to Game Day before we went on air, I believe – maybe 45 minutes ago, they were talking about Bryce Young for the Panthers and how he has an opportunity to cement his legacy and how playoff wins, playoff performances are worth like 15 regular season games. And that's the truth. Jordan Love got his contract from that game against the Cowboys. So, and unfairly, Jordan Love has to deal with Packers fans saying that he should be benched for Malik Willis. I am arguably the biggest Malik Willis fan out there.
A believer.
A believer. I'm an original believer just from watching his Liberty highlights back when he had his first, back when he made his first start against the Titans or whatever it was last year. I love Malik Willis. He is not Jordan Love. Jordan Love is the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, and rightfully so. And yes, he has to. The playoffs are where you earn your bread. It's where your bread's buttered, if you want to use that term. But so it has to happen, and I think it will.
Which question feels more preposterous? The people asking for or saying that Matt LaFleur needs to be run out of town, or that Jordan Love needs to be benched for Malik Willis?
I think they're equally preposterous.
Wait, no, you got to choose a side. Pick a side. You have to pick a side.
They're both so.
You need an opinion on one of these.
So stupid, but. I think Matt LaFleur has made some mistakes, game management. I think he's matured quite a bit as a coach, but I think the critiques of Matt LaFleur over time have been more valid than the wanting to start Malik Willis and wanting him to be the starting quarterback over Jordan Love, just off a sample size of, what, about 4 or 5 games, I think that's a little more ridiculous.
844-770-3776. The Carbos Talking text line list is more. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch. This is the Saturday Scramble here on 100.5 ESPN Madison, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Going back to our poll question here that you can find on Twitter, are you feeling more worried or excited about tonight's game? Riley, 75%, which makes sense. 75%, I'm fired up, versus the 25% of the I'm a nervous wreck. I think
so. Pablo, not to interrupt your reset.
Let's go here. Which you are.
Yesterday during show prep, I am. But yesterday during show prep, you were talking about how nervous you were and how clenched you were thinking about this game. And now today, you text us this morning in all caps. Now I'm fired up about Packers-Bears tonight. So, you're a Bears fan. What changed for you from yesterday while we were talking about doing this show to now when we're actually on air?
I think it's enjoying the moment. I was listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly towards the end of their show yesterday and really matching the same type of energy that Jim Rutledge feels. Is that it's about trying to be in the moment as much as possible and just live in it. Don't think too much of let your thoughts go this way and go that way. To pull back the curtain a little bit, to learn a little bit about me too. Outside of this, I love to work out. I love to go to the gym. I'm a big CrossFitter. And one of our big workouts that we have around Memorial Day is called the Murph workout, which is
Murph's great.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a tough one. It is a mentally challenging one. So in between running a mile at the beginning and the end with a weighted vest, there's push-ups, there's pull-ups, and there's air squats. And it's a grinder.
Yes, and you think it's going to be easy, but it's not at all.
No,
the Murph is tough.
It is tough, and I've done it twice, and I'm blessed that the gym that I go to has gotten me into a great position to succeed at that and to feel good about it. And I look at that as when I get ready for this workout, there's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of buildup, there's a lot of, oh my gosh, like I just hope I do well. And then once you're actually in it, once I'm running that mile and I start to get my flow, I'm going to get challenged. I'm going to get hit with this and I'm going to get hit with that, but I'm in it. And you know what? I was sluggish to start in that first run. The last one I did, I felt like I was open space Devin Hester running to the end zone all of a sudden on that final 0.2 mile, and I could not be stopped. I was a freight train. I was like Derrick Henry running all over the Packers defense a few weeks ago. Hey, stop him. That's how I felt, though. And that's why I feel like from that aspect, because everything I feel like in life is a lot more applicable than you realize. But that's where I wouldn't say unwavering confidence, but more of that good vibe. You know what? Let's go into this. Let's enjoy it. Don't overthink this. Just enjoy the ride.
That's good. I'm glad you're fired up because it's going to make the crash down.
That wasn't passive-aggressive at all.
On our ESPN Madison / ESPN Milwaukee watch-along, all that much better. And see, so I'm feeling confident, but ultimately it doesn't matter if we're confident. Matt LaFleur has said the vibes were outstanding, I believe, were his word. And the energy in the locker room is outstanding, according to Matt LaFleur, which I love to hear. Jason Wilde, who has been doing this for a long time and has seen many different locker rooms. We're going to talk to him later. He's saying the vibes are fantastic inside the Packers locker room. I love hearing that, too. Like, that gives me confidence. The fact that the team, they've been chomping at the bit, waiting to redeem themselves from the last debacle that was the final 2 minutes plus overtime period against the Bears. They're ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. And even though you're ready to roll, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter that I'm feeling good. As long as everybody else in Riley's corner is feeling good.
As long as the Packers and our fans are feeling good, that's what I care about.
All right. Well, Pablo Iglesias, Riley out here. But when we get to the other side, I want to talk about an interesting note that just came out about an hour ago about Matt LaFleur's future, too, and what this means, what this game could mean down the road. If Ed Policy is thinking about maybe I cut the ropes on this one and start all over. Is that the right move? We'll talk about that more on the other side. Pablo Iglesias, Riley out. This is the Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN.
Stay tuned. Saturday Scramble continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com. This January, Metro Kia of Madison is celebrating the new year with 2 incredible year-end offers. Right now, get the 2025 Kia EV6 with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per thousand finance. Or choose the 2025 Kia Telluride, now at 0.9% APR for 60 months, only $17.09 per thousand finance. Hurry in because these offers end January 16th. Find your new Kia today at MetroKiaMadison.com. Metro Kia Madison, movement that inspires.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
But I was impressed by several of them.
You're impressed by everything.
I love life. It's amazing what people do.
There is nothing that you see that you wouldn't go, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's not a bad way to live, though.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Bobby Stricker.
And I'm Izzy Stricker.
Golf is a pretty big deal for us, and we want to see it grow.
That's why we've teamed up with Good Lion Golf right here in Madison.
It's golf apparel made for the course, but perfect for everyday life.
From hoodies and jackets to beanies and caps, it's a break from the same old clothes found in the pro shop.
Good Lion is designed right here in Madison and is built on community, creativity, and connection.
Check out goodliongolf.com and join the humble pride today.
Use code ESPN20 for 20% off your order. That's goodliongolf.com.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals help fuel my love for acting. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
If something blue prevails, are you going with something old or something new in the head coaching realm? Pablo Iglesias, Riley out here.
You a poet now?
Yeah, exactly. Can we get
and he didn't even know it.
Hey!
That's just
Nice.
that's just what days like today do for me. See, people
You
like
get
to
a
get
flow
fired
state.
up. I like to get into a Zen mode. You know, people are like, why is JJ McCarthy meditating before a game? Maybe I like to do that a little bit. Calm down and to calm the nerves a little bit. You know, like I said, focus on my breathing. I'm big on that.
Is scribing poetry how you calm down before a big event?
Maybe. I don't care if
Hold on.
I don't care if I'm corny and I come off like that. You know what? And I will quote Jim Rutledge again.
It was a good line.
Thank
it was
you.
a good line.
Thank you. And
We
you know
need to go back to scribing poetry. Is he getting his quill and ink out?
That's what I'm picturing. Pablo before the show just dipping his quill and like, if something blue prevails, are we going with something old or something new?
What will the marriage look like? Pablo Iglesias, Riley out. This is the Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Madison app would be pretty sick though. But we are
have
ESPN.
a Madison tab.
Yeah, we have a
Wisconsin
Madison tab.
app.
Hunter Vaughn too behind the glass here at the Everlight Solar Studio. We've got quite the crew getting ready for Packers Bears in the wild card weekend. The rubber match once again, Riley. We talked about the report that we got from just about an hour ago, which is pretty nice to know, is that it seems like there's nothing set in stone. Obviously, it's all reports right now from Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network, is that it seems like that after the season there will be a meeting between Ed Policy, front office, and Matt LaFleur. And the belief is that both sides are going to be in agreement for an extension. There was a lot of talk, not just this week, but really just I felt like, honestly, over the last month with the Packers coming in on a 4-game losing streak, and is this the time where, because I believe there's only been one team that has gone in on a 4-game losing streak and won their opening
I think
playoff
it was
game.
The Jets
yes.
back in like the 70s.
It was the 1986 Jets. I heard this last night on ESPN Radio on the college football semifinals. Great game too, by the way.
What, last night?
Last night.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
great for
that
Indiana.
was awesome.
Great win for Indiana.
On the edge of my seat watching that 56-22 thriller.
And it was 35-7 at halftime. I'm
Yes.
like, oh, what's going to happen next?
In an Atlanta stadium filled with 95% Indiana fans. That was nuts, but we can talk college football.
Well, at least the Chick-fil-A was open too, probably.
True.
Oh, no free pub, but
Yeah. Chicken minis.
yes. But job security though. Riley, I just want to know your thoughts right away because I asked you too in the first part of the show. Is the Malik Willis benching question, is that one's just out of bounds, but also the question of Matt LaFleur and whether or not he should have a job. Say the Packers do get knocked out, even if it's a close game, regardless, whatever the case is a loss and your season's over. Do you feel like that it is warranted for Ed Policy and company to be like, you know what, Matt, we're going to move on? As much as you see this report right here, where do you feel?
No, that is ridiculous. And I think if the Packers do lose tonight, which I don't think they will, but if they do, there are going to be fans calling for Matt LaFleur's head and his job, which is just asinine to me. I think this is a phenomenal move by Ed Policy to get this out there before the game today. I think I would have liked this probably a little earlier in the week, but
do you think that was a strategic move?
Probably. I don't think many things when it comes to reporting and information fed to beat writers and breaking news pundits. I don't think this was accidental. The timing was intentional. I'm glad Policy and the Packers got this out there ahead of time, and I think it's smart. I think it's smart for Matt LaFleur to just be able to go in there and not worry about anything else going on right now, which I'm sure he would have anyway. I'm sure he's dialed in. Same with Jeff Hafley, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. They're just dialed in right now. They're honed in on the Chicago Bears and winning this wild card game, but it also helps the players. Like we saw this with Wisconsin this past season. Once Chris McIntosh came out and said, we are behind Luke Fickell, he is not getting fired this year. You could see the players relax and loosen up and play with a different fire and a different edge throughout the rest of the season because they knew that one little mistake wasn't going to cost their head coach his job. So I think this is fantastic. Get it out there. Players know for certain, and I'm sure they already knew that Matt LaFleur was sticking around. Firing him would have been the stupidest decision ever, in my opinion, from Ed Policy. So I think this is just smart on every facet. Cover your bases. Let everyone go into tonight's game loose. We're focused on Chicago. We're focused on winning and advancing in the 2025 playoffs. 26 playoffs. Exactly.
The fan in me would be ecstatic to see if the Packers were to decide to move on from this. But
exactly.
The capital J in
Matt
me.
LaFleur is one of the best coaches in the NFL. What are we doing? Why is this even a question?
There would be.
It's frustrating.
Well, with 7 openings, too, in the league right now, there's no question that teams would be pounding on the door, buying the house, making sure that everything's already in Matt LaFleur's name if the Packers were to decide. But again, I'm sure, as you said too, that this report probably alleviates some of that stress for Packer fans, but also could fire up. Mark Tauscher earlier this week, too, on Wilde and Tau Show, which you can hear weekdays from 9 to noon here on 100.5 ESPN, all across ESPN Wisconsin. We'll also hear from Jason Wilde in a little bit later today. He called Saturday night a big one for Matt LaFleur. And, of course, this is before the report came out, but I still feel like that there's a lot of merit to this because Tausch had pointed out Matt LaFleur, and I want to know what you're thinking here too, Riley. Matt LaFleur has had an amazing regular season record. I'd feel like this, if anything, was an off year. And they still won 9 games. They still have 9 wins in the column. But I want to know that if he falls short here, what are you thinking about Matt LaFleur as a coach? Can he win the big game? And I know that there are bigger games than the wild card, but it feels like in a year where there's so much parity, you're the number 7 seed for the second straight, I believe.
Third straight year. Yep.
For the third straight season in a row, third consecutive season, you're the 7 seed going into this. And yes, you have a win behind you with Jordan Love. So if anything, I feel like Jordan Love has shown who he is in the playoffs already based off of that run where they just knocked the teeth out of the Cowboys. My apologies to Hunter Vaughn behind the glass here in the Everlight Solar Studio. but he's proven himself, at least to an extent, that he can go in and win a playoff game. Matt LaFleur, on the other side, what does he have to show in terms as head coach in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think what we have to see today is good decision-making. What's the word I'm looking for here? Appropriate risk-taking. Like Matt LaFleur earlier in the season, he out Dan Campbell, going for it, super aggressive on fourth downs.
That was a big one.
And that was awesome. And the players, to their credit, made him look really smart by executing on all those fourth downs. So when do we see Matt LaFleur get aggressive today? Does he make the right decisions at the right time? And does the offense click? That's what I'm looking for today against a not very impressive Bears defense. For Matt LaFleur, that's what I'm looking to see tonight. I'm not too worried. Jeff Hafley, he's got the defense. I think he'll have his guys ready to go. How does this offense look with Jordan Love coming off not playing for the past 4 games or 3.5, I guess? And does he make the right decisions, take the right risks at the right time? If he does all that and the guys just don't execute, it's fine.
If the Packers lose this game, is it because of Matt LaFleur?
No. I think we have seen this year that Matt LaFleur has gotten a lot better when it comes to taking calculated risks and dialing up the right plays at the right time. I think, and I'm sure we'll get into this later, but if the Packers lose today, it's because Jordan Love is super rusty and turns the ball over, or the defense gets run over by the Bears. I think those would be the reasons they lose, not because Matt LaFleur made a bad decision to go for it on fourth down from the 34-yard line of Chicago.
Do you guys think there's any concern, because I've seen this criticism floated around a few times around Packer fans, the fact that Matt LaFleur has really only gotten into the playoffs because they got lucky that the playoff field expanded by one team? Because they wouldn't have gotten in these last 3 years under the old model where the top 6 teams get in. So do you think there's anything to maybe the front office like thinking about that and being like, hey, you really only got lucky here. You didn't maybe actually get in?
No, I think that's ridiculous. That's like saying, well, the Packers, if they didn't expand the playoffs to wild card teams, if it was still just division champions, then the Packers wouldn't have won the Super Bowl as a 16 in 2010. Or for Packers fans, like we had people on our airwaves saying that, the Packers won the first 57 minutes. Who cares? They lost the game. What happened. That is dumb. The Packers have been in the playoffs the past 3 seasons. That's what happened. I don't care. They've expanded the playoffs. It's not like they're going to shrink the playoffs anytime soon. So that's what happened. Matt LaFleur's made the playoffs the past 3 seasons. Don't care about the 7th season.
I will quote Jauch again on this one, that he says constantly, don't apologize for wins in the National Football League. You have earned this spot. You have earned the opportunity to be here. The Bears, as I said too, have lost their way into the 2nd seed in a way that how they performed in Week 18. But at the end of the day, you're in the playoffs. And I get where you're coming from. I mean, I think it's a fair question to ask, but I feel like that no matter what, I don't think the front office is looking at that. It's not going to change anytime soon. If anything, it sounds like we might even be getting talks of an extra regular season game, which I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't.
They're going to take away another preseason game then, too?
But what is that going to do? You get an extra 2 weeks? Where are we going to play now? Alaska? Actually, that would be pretty sick. Maybe.
Play out at that one stadium. There's that college football stadium in Alaska.
Anchorage.
Alaska
Anchorage.
Where it's literally like on like an isthmus or something. There's water on each side.
Well, we already have the Isthmus Bowl here.
Little bleachers. We do have the Isthmus Bowl here.
Yeah, it's like their version of Brees Stevens.
Exactly. Go play NFL games out there.
I think if they were to expand the regular season, by the way, I would guess that they add a second bye week.
Yeah.
And then they start the season earlier, which would be the only way I think the Players Association would ever say yes to this.
Yeah, no, we already see too many injuries, and maybe this is just coming from me as a jilted Packers fan, seeing Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons blow out their ACLs. But
those are tough.
We have enough games. I understand Roger Goodell and company are trying to wring every cent out of every nook and cranny of the National Football League, but this is fine. I think 7 teams in the playoffs are fine. We don't need to expand everything in every sport.
See, the way that you say this is fine and everything is just, I think of the dog, meme where everything
is fine.
This is fine. This is fine.
What do you think we see first? Another added regular season game, so 18, or the Super Bowl is on a stream-only platform?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good one.
I think we're still a few, honestly, probably given the fact that the NFL was reported, NFL threw Amazon Prime a bone by giving them Packers-Bears because every network
I was so furious
had
at this.
Packers-Bears. It's ridiculous. We can get into that.
Well, yeah,
especially since we're in the Madison market, we don't get it on cable.
Green Bay, Milwaukee, Chicago get to watch it on normal TV, and we have to download Prime and log into my account. I have an account; it'll be fine. But it's ridiculous. So I think the fact that the NFL was like, "Here, Amazon Prime, we're gonna give you a bone. Take Packers Bears. Every network wanted this game, but we're gonna give it to you." And they had the Christmas Day games on Netflix. I think streaming services are gonna start bidding for the Super Bowl. Probably pretty soon.
I mean, if anything, it feels like, we will get a stream-only Super Bowl soon. It feels like we're just moving towards that. I would like to see if Netflix picks up the game a little bit, because, I think it's just basically with the NFL Network crew, and Netflix just slaps their name on it, and it's the NFL Network crew that puts it together. But, I think we are coming closer to a stream-only. And I have to get my gripe out with that because I was just so frustrated. I felt so confident last weekend. I made plans with friends. We ended up pivoting last night, which was good. I'm glad I got to see my friends. I thought it was going to be tonight where we got to hang out. I'm like, oh, there's no way. It has to be a Sunday night game. It has to be a Monday night game. Yep. It needs to be on the major networks. And then we find out that Prime Video happened. And I was so upset, and I feel like that more people should have been upset about this because it's Packers-Bears in the wild card, a rubber match where both games came down to the final play. And as much as excited as I am to see that, we've got this matchup. We're on Prime Video,
and we got to listen to decrepit Al Michaels. Come on,
Al Michaels.
It's going to come down to the final play again, and Al Michaels is going to be like, touchdown Packers. Like it'll be like Pat Summerall.
I have a soft spot for Al Michaels though because I did meet him a little bit ago, but it wasn't the same Al Michaels. So, but anyway,
that's the thing. He's not the same.
I love Al Michaels. I watch back the Miracle on Ice game regularly from the 1980 Olympics, and he is awesome in that play-by-play call. But that was 1980. It's 2026.
It's 45 years ago.
And he's coming back next year. I love that man. He is a legend. He needs to hang it up.
All three of us, I believe Molly Brown here at the ESPN Madison office asked why we were all vehemently upset when the news came out, and I think collectively we had said, it's just time. It's just time.
And even, I love Kirk Herbstreit. I think he's one of the best analysts, color analysts in college football. But you can tell he clearly cares a lot more about college football than he does the NFL. So it's just an odd pairing. It doesn't work, and that'll be unfortunate tonight.
The prime job feels like this should be Noah Eagles.
Ooh.
I
like
think
that.
Prime should go take him from NBC, and you give him Thursday night, and then you get somebody else to do color. But instead, we're going to get Kirk and Al for another year, and we got to listen to him tonight. There's a very real chance I turn on my radio, and I do that.
Like, imagine if we got Buck and Aikman or Tirico and Collinsworth.
Now, here's a guy that would have enjoyed that game.
Exactly.
Tirico was just heart pumping, too, for the Sunday Night Football game between the Bears and the 49ers.
He's so good. And with the fact that all of these Packers-Bears games have come down to the final play, Tirico is the best at building up those final kicks, those final plays with the storylines and getting you amped up. And then he always delivers the call, and it'd be great if we got to hear that tonight. But no, we're not.
We're ragging on Al Michaels, and I just feel like he's just going to pull one out of his bag and just deliver an all-timer.
Yeah.
He's just been saving it all year.
Everybody has that vintage moment in them. Everybody could do it. Kobe in his final game was 60-something points in his final one at the Staples Center before he retired. So everybody's got it. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got it. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch, this is a Saturday Scramble. On the other side, I want to talk about this. Hey, there's a lot of confidence, and it feels like, too, on the poll. I got to pull up the results here, but it seems like there's about unwavering confidence in the Green Bay Packers. Mm-hmm. But it's win or lose. There's no ties. There's no Dallas game here. It's not. We can't end this one in a tie. We got to figure out how this one's going to end. It could be a loss, too, but I want to talk about the weak points, too, and see what you think, Riley. This is the Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN.
Stay tuned. Saturday Scramble continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
I worried that I couldn't work a full-time job and still have time for college. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I found my stride. My classes are flexible and hands-on, and I walk on campus feeling inspired. My advice to others? Make your dreams a reality. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Game day in Wisconsin calls for a big play. The Big Dinner Box from Pizza Hut. 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. All for just $19.99. That's enough for you to feed your whole lineup and the fans before kickoff. Hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, even tavern style. Pizza Hut has something for every seat in the stadium. Order now for delivery or carryout at pizzahut.com or on the app. Fuel your game day with the Big Dinner Box. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris go inside Bucks training camp. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Listen to Wilde and Jauch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
You get one win in the playoffs, man. I'm telling you, momentum is a hell of a deal. If the Rams had the 1 seed, I would say we don't have a shot. All of a sudden, I'm not saying, but I ain't saying it ain't, I've seen crazier blank happen.
Wilde and Jauch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
How can the Green Bay Packers lose this wild card game? That remains to be said. Because there are
Always
flaws.
so negative, Pablo.
What do you mean I'm so negative? I am not negative.
Because you're a Bears fan.
Well, that's why. Oh, we're going to go with that one. We're going to go with that.
It's ad hominem.
But let's be real. Pablo Iglesias, Riley out here on the Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN Madison, the ESPN Madison Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Blowing up, by the way, too, on the YouTube
shout
chat.
out all
we
our
love it.
YouTube comments. We got Zach Peterson calling you out. We got
Bears tickets are so ridiculous.
Reggie Hillary.
Which actually, yes, I did find out that I know somebody selling 400 level tickets for $450 each.
Oh my gosh.
Would you do that? Let me ask you that real quick. Would you do that?
Not for a wild card game, no.
Not for a wild card game? Not for Bears-Packers. I was offered 450, 200 level for the second match, which would have been in that end zone when DJ Moore made that catch.
Wow.
Probably for you, that would have been, I could understand, your heart would sink. But
Yeah,
for me, I probably would have
crushed.
been a bottle rocket out of Soldier Field if I was right there. I would have been worth every single penny, and then I feel like I would have had to pay even more to the person that sold me that ticket if I was right there.
Yeah, I just have a hard time. I understand I'm in a different financial sphere than probably a lot of our listeners and you guys still scraping by. So $450 for a ticket. I just can't do that. I can't justify that for a regular season game or even a wild card game. If we're talking Packers in the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game at Lambeau for $450, now my ears are perked.
What is this, 1970? $450 for the Super Bowl?
Wait. You know what's crazy? I was having a conversation with somebody at my gym, and he used to be a Bills season ticket holder back in the 90s, and he said for the entire season it was about $250 for season tickets. They also
That's
snuck,
wild.
They also snuck a keg in one of these games too, which is that's insane.
Yeah.
You think Bills Mafia now, like they know how to party. They created how to tailgate from what it sounds like. Sneaking a whole keg. You can't get past that. I mean, by no means.
Yeah, security's very different now in the NFL.
Call me crazy. You can't sneak a keg in today.
That would
By the
rock,
way,
though.
Riley, I spent $300 a ticket for Cowboys-Eagles Sunday night football game in Dallas.
Wow. See, so that's the thing. Like, I haven't been – the only NFL game I have been to in my life is a Packers preseason game against the Bengals in, 2008.
Yeah, NFL tickets have gotten insane, and then you add on to the fact with how big of a city Chicago is, that market, it's just different for it. So, those tickets are probably about $100 less if it's up in Green Bay instead of down in Chicago. Mm-hmm. But I get it, especially if you're a Bears fan, because this hasn't happened very often where they're actually relevant and in the playoffs.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I understand wanting to. I mean, yeah. Am I wrong?
And
That felt
true.
like a dig.
It's true.
I'm just if we want to be
Spot
honest,
the lie.
we want to be a collective here. We want to be honest with each other. That's
Yeah.
one of our core values here at Good Karma Brands.
Yes, it is.
I just want to be honest. It felt like a dig.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest, and it was. It also wasn't a
That's
lie.
not being a good teammate. How dare you?
Yeah,
wow.
what-
Don't kick a man while he's down.
Well,
Well, you know what? I'm not down.
Hunter,
I'm up.
Hunter, what happened the last time there was a playoff game at Soldier Field? Could you remind me, please?
It didn't go well for the Bears.
Don't worry. Al Michaels even reminded me of that when we had that conversation. So, yes, Al Michaels even saying that he thought a triple doink was going to happen. And then the Packers ended up winning 10-7 in that game. Do you remember? Or it was 10-6 because it was to open up the season.
Yes, I think 10-6. Yeah.
10-6. That was a disgusting game. It
Maybe
was
we were too harsh on Al Michaels if he was digging at you for being a Bears fan.
Well, there you go.
Maybe he's got another zinger in him tonight.
844-770-3776. The Carlos Talking text line. List is more. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch, Hunter Vaughn behind the glass. It seems like it's a 2v1 here. But
Yeah,
you know
I
what?
like this, Hunter. I like this.
I am very cool with the double team here. So, well, the thing is with Hunter Vaughn being a Cowboys fan, myself being a Chicago Bears guy, and you being the Packer fan, almost kind of felt like I felt like Hunter would be more the puppeteer in this one. Just watching the two of us dance and just try to make moves and see what he could do.
Don't get it twisted here. Oh, geez. Like I'm going through puberty.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
We have a book that we can help you out with that.
I despise the Packers. I actively root against them 99% of the time. There's just something about the way that Bears fans have been, and this is probably because anytime that my show, Mr. Irrelevant, that I produce, anytime I post anything negative about the Bears or any level of criticism our show has,
go ape.
I'm going to be honest, Bears fans, you're a little sensitive about Caleb Williams, so I'm kind of rooting against the Bears now. Just because they've been a little – Bears fans have been a little mean on social media to my guys, and I'm going to stick up for them. So I'm kind of leaning a little more Packers.
But you
that's
don't
big, Hunter.
you don't
Thank
remember what they did to you a few years ago, huh? You're not going to let that.
No, I remember, and I will
trying to
revel
forget.
in it when they get it is BTA by Seattle next weekend. But this weekend, I just need Bears fans to get knocked down a peg, and then the Seahawks will take care of business the following weekend.
I don't think
Everything will be fine.
you're forget the Packers as much as you think you are. Think about that. Think about what they did to that team.
No, Pablo.
They went into your home arena. Dak Prescott was absolutely electric that season. This Cowboys team looked so good.
And I knew the Cowboys would lose that game. I knew it was going to happen.
You can't give up on your team like that.
It's not giving up on my team. It's knowing what a team that Jerry Jones has constructed.
You're going to let anybody. They stole Micah Parsons away from you. They did that.
Jerry gave him away.
They still took him away. And they went in and knocked the teeth in. You're going to allow anybody to go in. Anybody to go into your house.
I don't like fans.
Not even take their shoes off. They're going to wipe their muddy shoes all over your floor, and you're okay with that. Think about that. That's what happened a few years ago.
Quit trying to bully my friend Hunter, Pablo.
I would see, and this is my point. Bears fans are mean.
Exactly.
Packer fans are at least Midwest nice.
I will give Bears fans credit. They are not nearly as annoying. Are they sensitive right now? And do they respond in just large swaths of negativity on social media? Yes. But are they as bad as Lions fans have been the past few years? Not at all. Lions fans were the absolute pits. They were disgusting. They were rooting for injuries. Lions fans, and they thought they were God's gift to mankind after 2 solid years of success. They had no idea what it was like, and they were the worst. So I'll give that to Bears fans. They're slightly better than Lions fans.
I was also there at the I Still Own You game, and that's one that will forever burn into me.
And
but
the title has been passed to J Love, and that will continue
Has
tonight.
it, though? Has it?
Yes.
Because I did say that we wanted to talk more about how the Packers could lose this game. I asked you if you feel like if the Packers lost this game, would it be because of Jordan Love? Would it be because of Matt LaFleur or other? Let me ask you that, and we could put out a poll question, too. If the Packers were to drop this game, would it be because of Jordan Love? Would it be because of Matt LaFleur? Or would you say other, the right-in choice?
Mm-hmm. I would actually go, I know I mentioned Jordan Love and the turnovers earlier, which I will get to in a sec. But I'm going to go with other. I think the path to victory for the Bears, is running the football down the Packers' throats, a la the Ravens and Derrick Henry. The Ravens ran for over 300 yards on the Packers. Derrick Henry had over 204 touchdowns. If the Packers are unable to stop the run, Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than Tyler Huntley. And Tyler Huntley had his way with the Packers defense because they were so keen on stopping the run, and they couldn't even do that. So if DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai are able to get going, they're able to get through the teeth of the Packers defense. I think they'll struggle a little bit more because Derrick Henry's just inside, straight down your throat type runner. Bears a little more outside. Packers a little bit stronger there. So I don't think it's going to happen, but if they're able to rush for over 200, 250 yards, the Packers are going to be in trouble. I think that could be an issue because then that's going to open up the passing game down in the Windy City with the snow swirling. You got Evan Williams and McKinney creeping up. And then I'm not a big fan of Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine having to cover Roma Dunze and Luther Burden one-on-one.
Yeah.
I don't like that thought.
That's going to be tricky.
The Packers' rush defense has to be stout. They have to limit them to under 150 yards like they did the first 2 games. Keep them under wraps, and I think they'll be fine. But if they don't, it's going to be an issue.
I want to keep this conversation going and hear from you. 844-770-3776. The Carbo Stock and Text line list is more. Not necessarily just like if the Packers were to lose this game, what is it because of? But we all know, too, that this entire playoff field is flawed. The Chicago Bears are flawed. Courtney Cronin, when I was listening to the Chicago Bears podcast, I hope that this isn't the case. One, everybody's talked about a fast start. But the teams that have had the most fourth quarter comebacks or those games typically are the ones that get knocked out first. I know I spoke that into existence. I feel like my heart just sank as soon as I said that, but it's also true. Can the Bears prove that they are a different team, or can the Packers expose a little bit more? What's going to happen in this one? Truly putting the wild in wild card. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch, Hunter Vaughn behind the glass here at the Everlight Solar Studio. This is a Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN.
Stay tuned. Saturday Scramble continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's urgent care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is now closer than ever with our brand new pickup point at the University Bookstore on State Street. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you know and love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter at IKEA.us or the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore pickup point. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvie on Thursday, January 29th for Andy North Trivia Night presented by Exact Sciences. Enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and along with the trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6. Visit AndyNorthAndFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
You're listening to Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
We have ourselves a heated debate in the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Back and forth of Caleb Williams being elite. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch here. This is the Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN Madison, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, which, again, that chat is on fire right now.
Yeah, appreciate all you guys. Jay Leon, our guy from Wisconsin College Game Day, he's back. Love to see him.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. And also on the ESPN Wisconsin app, 844-770-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. And again, Riley, we talked about what the mistakes or the flaws, again, every team in this playoff field, not just the Packers and not just the Bears alone, doesn't feel like that there's a clear-cut but who could really win this thing. Which I love the parody of it. Don't get me wrong. The anxiety that it is giving me right now that the Bears somehow are a part of this too as the number 2 seed. But of course you have to play the Green Bay Packers to prove that you belong in this conversation. And I don't know if necessarily that the goodwill is knocked out. If the Bears were to lose to the Packers, would I feel terrible tomorrow? Yes. But also, I want to take this as a big win in stride, but more from the Packers too. We talked about, again, where, what does that look like? What is, in terms of what we're seeing on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, Caleb Williams versus Jordan Love. This could be a big prove it between the two of them. Caleb Williams had a big play in the last matchup, and Jordan Love had a big game at Lambeau Field. He exposed the secondary, which I'll tell you, the Bears secondary is absolute doo-doo.
Yep.
It's not good. So in these snowy conditions, more blustery, more blizzardy, and from what we're seeing, too, in the chat, again, the Caleb Williams-Jordan Love debate, I still feel like that, again, if Jordan Love doesn't do what he's paid to do, and that's ball out and be the $56 million quarterback, then I have some questions for him, because I think we're very much closer to seeing what the final product looks like for Jordan Love for the rest of his career versus Caleb Williams, who is not a finished product, I should say, but he has a significantly higher season just after year 2 with a first-year head coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. And I Jordan Love, he took round 1. Caleb Williams, man, if Romeo Doubs recovers that onside kick.
We're not going to move the goalposts here. Don't be like that. We're not going to be, 56 minutes. We played 56 minutes, a great ball, and you know what? We're going to take the 3 quarters of a win.
I said it earlier. What happened, but Caleb, you have to admit, and he was clutch. Caleb Williams is very clutch in that game. He played phenomenally the last couple of minutes.
That's going to be nice to have. Thank you.
But he was garbage up until then. His stat line was gross, disgusting, despicable. So while, yes, Caleb Williams is a very high ceiling, Jordan Love is more of a finished product. I think that will show itself tonight. Jordan Love is a more finished product. I think the rust, I don't think it will affect him as much as maybe some people think, or as much as maybe it would have affected Caleb Williams if he was in the same spot. I think Jordan Love is going to put out a veteran performance.
I just don't understand, and this is where Packer fans drive me a little crazy when it comes to this Love or Caleb Williams debate. Like, Caleb Williams threw an absolute dot to win that game in Soldier Field.
He did.
That was a Peyton Manning in his prime level throw.
It's a great throw.
He does that regularly. He has some bad ones still. He's got some really ugly ones. But I see a lot of those really great ones, and after that 49ers game, he looks every bit the part that Bears fans were saying that he was going to be. Jordan Love still has some just really stupid interceptions.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's the thing that should be really worrying to you, Riley. Because if he gives up an interception early and you lose a possession in this game, that could be bad. Like, it feels like the Packers have to score on their own. If they get the ball first, they need to get a touchdown on that opening drive. Otherwise, the Bears are just going to be able to run the ball and run the ball and run the ball, and then all of a sudden you'll get a Caleb Williams play-action pass over the top, and then, boom. That's the game, because the defense isn't going to be able to hold up to Chicago running the ball all the time.
See, I'm not as worried about the Packers scoring on the first possession as I am about the aforementioned dumb interception that is possible from Jordan Love, especially if they're not playing for 3 games. However,
rust versus rust is going to be a big thing, man.
Exactly.
It really is.
Yes, I know. But I think that as long as Jordan Love is able to take care of the football, and that's why I had that written down. I mentioned it earlier. Packers lose if Jordan Love turns the ball. I think that's how I want to frame how the Packers win. If Jordan Love takes care of the football, I don't think the Packers lose this game. The Bears are 2-6, 2-5 when they have 0-1 takeaways, and they're 9-0 when they have 2 or more turnovers. So if Jordan Love is able to take care of the football, which I think he will, we'll see. Time will tell. But I think he is going to take care of the football, not make the dumb decision today. And if he does that, I think the Packers win. The Bears thrive off turnovers. They're a not great defense that has great ball skills and can make you pay when you make a mistake. But, hey, it's like we saw with Indiana yesterday. We're talking about this off-air.
Kind of sounds like a great defense to me.
What?
Sounds good.
Makes you pay when you make a mistake. That's what great defenses do, Riley.
They returned a pick 6 to start a game out.
That's what defenses that thrive off turnovers do. Are you going to say that's a great defense after watching the Bears 49ers game?
Well, no, but everything you said about them are things you would also use to describe a great defense.
Yes.
He's got you there.
It's a great defense when they take the ball away. If they don't take the ball away, they're not a great defense.
But that's what you want, though, as a defense. You want takeaways. You want people to make them.
I don't want my defense to rely on takeaways.
I'm not saying that they rely on takeaways.
They do, though. They do rely on takeaways. If they don't take the ball away, they lose. If they do, they win.
Got some score predictions here from Dale and Reggie. We've got Pack 24-17 to the YouTube chat and Bears 27-23. It looks like it's pretty much split, too. Also, if you saw on the ESPN Madison YouTube or in the ESPN Madison social streams, it's like a dead split almost, but then Chewy, Mark Shimura.
Chewy picked the Bears, which
Mark
is wild.
Shimura going with the Bears, so it wasn't a dead split. He is the one side that pushes the Bears in favor. Now we'll see what happens from there, but
take a look at the YouTube chat. Reggie Hillary,
they're blowing up. Shout out to those Saturday Scramblers.
Yeah, exactly. We're
going to give you the
fan,
nickname.
But he's agreeing he's picking the Bears to win, which I respect. He's a Bears fan. He's agreeing with me because Caleb Williams isn't experienced enough yet. I think today in the
But Jordan Love wasn't experienced when he went into that game against Dallas. Granted, it was a controlled environment.
No, he wasn't. But I don't expect him
to put up a 40 burger.
I don't think Caleb Williams and the Bears as a whole, that's another thing the Packers, I think, have in spades that's going to pay major dividends today. They have postseason experience. The past 2 seasons. They're a young team, but they're an experienced team, especially in the playoffs. I don't think this moment will be too big for them. Matt LaFleur talked in his press conference this week about how it's just a normal game. Like, everything is business
I don't like
as
that.
usual.
I don't like that. And as cheesy as people would say that, Ben Johnson and everybody that also rags on Ben Johnson for taking off his shirt against the Eagles in that one, he fed a whole city. A hot dog place gave away free hot dogs at the Wiener Circle in Chicago. That's why he did it. So don't come after my head coach and say that he's cheesy. But I would rather, and I get everybody's different. You know what? It is what it is. But I would rather have my head coach be fired up, acknowledge the rivalry, because you know what?
Matt LaFleur did, and he said the energy is outstanding because it's a playoff game, but they're not trying to get over their skis.
But why not create some excitement for it? Why not enjoy the ride?
You don't need to. It's a playoff game. The excitement's there already.
I don't want to be on a 2-lane road where I just see absolutely nothing in front of me. Maybe I want some views. Maybe I want to drive through. You've driven through Utah. You know what that's like with the valleys and everything. I'd rather have that instead of just a plain road in front of me where there's just nothing, and I know I can see I still have 2 hours and 32 minutes until my next turn.
See, you would because you're a Bears fan, and the Bears. You guys haven't been here. And the Bears haven't been here. So they want all the pomp and circumstance. Packers have been here before. They're like, this isn't the ultimate goal. We want to beat the Bears, move on, beat the Seahawks, beat them, NFC Championship game. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
Thank you, Reggie. He agrees with me, too, in the ESPN Madison YouTube chat. Thank you, Reggie.
What's more enjoyable when you go to an amusement park? The carousel or the roller coaster?
Yeah, the people mover?
Yeah, what's more exciting?
Hey, the people mover's kind of
Actually, yeah, the people mover. My dad is watching this on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. That's his favorite ride, mainly because he could just take a nap while we're doing a bunch of other things. So
I don't need to go on the roller coaster to get excited for a playoff game. It's the playoffs. The excitement's built in. I want everyone as even-keeled as possible. They're already going to be more amped up. You're going into enemy territory. I want them to keep their wits about them. I don't want them to be super amped up and make mistakes early. Starting fast, we talked about it.
This feels exactly like how I felt for every Axe game. I will tell you. And not this week. This week feels different. But that attitude where it's just, all right, let's just get it going. Like, okay, maybe this happens. And then it comes out flat. I'm telling you.
I don't think the Packers are not going to come out flat against the Bears in a playoff game at Soldier Field. That's not going to happen.
But what if they do?
They won't. It's not happening.
There is regular history of teams that get the bye in the playoff coming out flat early. The Packers rested everybody last week.
And then you lost Bo Melton.
And they basically have...
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
So they basically had themselves that bye.
Yep.
So you're not worried about the fact that is a regular thing in the NFL. The Packers built that in for themselves with setting everybody against Minnesota.
No, I am not worried about that whatsoever.
I think you're a little crazy.
No.
You're wearing those green and gold glasses right now.
If they come out flat in a playoff game, in a wild card game, rubber match against Chicago at Soldier Field, that is 100% on the coaching staff and Matt LaFleur. And while I still 100% think he should get an extension and keep his job, then that's pretty damning. And that's something fans can get frustrated about. But, and there's no excuse for that. You lost the last game. You choked away the last game against this team. There is no shot. It's not even
but you played super well for the
fathomable in my mind
minutes.
For them to come out, ho-hum, it's just the playoffs. We rested last week. We're not fired up. We're not energetic. We come out flat. Like, that's not going to happen. It's not.
Primetime Wollersheim here joining on the ESPN Madison chats. Riley is here to win the game. I am here to enjoy
Thank
the
you,
ride.
Ryan. Yes.
So shout out to Prime. You know what it is? What it is. We got to start the 11 o'clock hour here on the Saturday Scramble. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch. I'm here for a good time and a long time, though, as we keep on rolling here in the wild card weekend. Nice. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch. This is the Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
Pro Volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 Love Madison schedule is here. Setter of the Year Lauren Carlini and hometown favorite Claire Chausset return to the court, ready to lead a powerhouse lineup of world-class talent. Get ready for non-stop action. Every serve, every volley, and every win, right here in Madison. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the unforgettable moments all season long. Visit lovb.com to check out the full schedule and secure your seats today. Volleyball is the next major league.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Ben Brust here for Iron Jock. It's a new year, and that means new goals, and Iron Jock is here to help you stick to those goals. Whether you're hitting the gym, heading to work, or just trying to smell a whole lot better in 2026, Iron Jock gear has you covered. Formulated to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, Iron Jock keeps you feeling fresh, no matter how hard you push. Right now, you can get 30% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $75. Just use promo code ESPN30. That's ESPN30 for 30% off your orders over $75. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
It's time to think outside the pocket on Saturday Scramble.
I think the Bucks signed their souls away or something.
I look at the Bucks as Augustus Gloop.
Probably really smart, actually, because I write such long.
Yes! Clip that, Riley. Jason said that I'm smart.
I
go to the gym to fight people.
That's awesome.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Hey, what's poppin', Saturday Scramblers? This is the 11 o'clock hour of the Saturday Scramble. Pablo Iglesias, Riley out here at the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Felt like it was a blustery start. Looks like it's cooled down or has simmered down a little bit. But what has heated up was Riley and I were having a conversation a little bit. We want to talk about this before we get Jason Wilde, too, who will be joining us en route to Chicago. I apparently am getting a bunch of flack for wanting to ride the roller coaster, wanting to experience the highs, experience the lows. Let me tell you, I'm looking right into the camera, too, if you're watching on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. That is life, everybody. It's okay. Experience life. But apparently, I'm Delulu.
Yeah.
I'm Delulu because I embrace every aspect of the highs and the lows, and I'm embracing it because apparently here at the ESPN Madison YouTube chat, it says, where was it? Basically that if I'm enjoying the ride, then I'm going to lose in the playoffs. I don't understand that.
I'm not saying that for you. I'm saying if the Bears are coming into this saying, yeah, we're just going to enjoy it. We're here. We made the playoffs.
How am I going to affect this game? As I was listening to Ashton Kutcher on the Rich Eisen show, which you can hear weekdays from noon to 2 here on ESPN Madison on 100.5, Ashton Kutcher did feel like that he gets ready for game day in his own way. He has this routine in a way. He does these things where he's like, oh, if I, it's not like full out, like I have to do this, I have to do that, but more so it's like I just need to get in a game day ready mindset. Like if I feel like I'm mentally prepared and ready to go, and it is what it is, but it's just more about enjoying the ride and having fun with it. So you'd rather have a stale postseason ride. I asked you, there was a Super Bowl years ago between the Patriots and the Rams where we thought the Rams were just this absolute juggernaut. Best team since the show on turf in franchise history. And then they go and lose to the Patriots. I believe it was 13-6 in that Super Bowl. You'd rather have a Super Bowl win like that. I know it's a win at the end of the day.
If I win the Super Bowl, I don't care how boring it is.
Let me remove that then. So you'd want to see that game in general. If you're a general fan, too.
I'm not a general fan. I'm a Packers fan talking about the Packers-Bears game. I don't care if the Packers win 3-0 tonight. If they win, I will be
You would
happy.
like to see a 3-0 game tonight. I know that's not going to...
You are moving the goalpost. That is not what I said. I said if they win 3-0, I will be happy. Not that I want to see a 3-0 game. Exactly. Enjoy the day, Pablo. Dale
Good vibes.
Amacher. Bears fans should enjoy their day because the Bears winning the North doesn't happen very often. You're here. Enjoy the ride. It'll be an awesome one day for you.
It doesn't happen often, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be consistent. You know what? I'll put it that way. The NFC North is going to be a great division. I'm excited for it. I remember when Michelle Smallman and the Unsportsmanlike crew were here too. We had some conversations. Caleb's picking it up. It's fun though, and Jason Wilde, who will probably talk about this in a little bit, it is fun when this is a true rivalry. I know I put my chest out in the first few games. Be like, oh, well, it's like, you know what? If they didn't fumble the ball. Riley saying that too. But also, if Keyshawn Nixon didn't get that pick. That was an electric game. I was smiling at the end of the game. Maybe because I'm a little psycho at the end of this one. But you want to know something? I felt damn good walking out of that bar when I was watching over at Echo Tap.
Sorry, I'm not going to feel good if Jordan Love throws a game-losing interception today. I want to win. I want to win
too.
I don't care about how good the game is if the Packers lose.
Riley, let's rewind the clock here and go back to that terrible, awful, no good, very bad day when the Cowboys were the 2 seed and they lost to the Packers in Dallas. Going into that game, the conversation was it's house money for the Packers.
Yep.
Like you had that down season, first year for Jordan Love and everything, and it's house money. The Bears don't have the playoff history that the Packers do. So this is their house money version. So like you were riding the roller coaster, right? Going into that Cowboys game. You were treating that like house money?
It's house money. I don't know if that's necessarily riding the roller coaster.
Yeah, but
no.
But if the Cowboys went in there and just blew out the Packers, given that they were the 2 seed and all the turnovers that they forced and everything like that, you would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, but this was great. We saw some things from Jordan Love. He got us into the playoffs when we didn't expect
stuff
it.
to build on. Yep,
yes,
I agree.
Exactly. That's all this is for the Bears.
Exactly. But they're the 2 seed, so it's funnier. And they're going to get...
Oh, and we're little
lose.
brother.
So,
we're little brother.
Yes.
We're little brother.
You are.
We're little brother after that statement, huh?
Yes, 100%. This is where you guys are at as an organization. It's been a great season. There's lots of optimism and stuff to build on for the future. But today won't be the Bears' day.
Well, we'll have to see because we have Jason Wilde coming up with us in just a little bit. En route to Chicago. Maybe he has some things to convince me a little bit more, but we'll see. Otherwise, Jason Wilde from Wilde and Jauch joining us in a little bit. This is Saturday Scramble. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch on 100.5 ESPN.
Stay tuned. Saturday Scramble continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucs game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucs in 6 on the Bucs Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucs in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucs in 6 on the Bucs Plus audio network. Find it now on Bucs.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
This January, Metro Kia of Madison is celebrating the new year with 2 incredible year-end offers. Right now, get the 2025 Kia EV6 with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per thousand finance. Or choose the 2025 Kia Telluride, now at 0.9% APR for 60 months, only $17.09 per thousand finance. Hurry in because these offers end January 16th. Find your new Kia today at MetroKiaMadison.com. Metro Kia Madison, movement that inspires.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Wondering if statins are right for you? Join Stoughton Health Cardiology for a free online talk on Wednesday, January 14th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. You'll get a straightforward overview on how statins lower cholesterol, their benefits, and possible risks, giving you practical knowledge to support conversations with your healthcare provider. Register at stoughtonhealth.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
4 years, it's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to raise a toddler into a kindergartner, to train for something big and become someone new.
Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is offering 0% interest for 4 years, so you can invest in your home and use your hard-earned savings for life's biggest moments. Offering Pella exclusive features like blinds between the glass and customizations to match every home style. We believe in providing our customers with the highest quality products and top-notch service at a price you can afford. Tested, safe, durable, and backed by a limited lifetime warranty, Pella's rated #1 for craftsmanship, innovation, and exceptional design.
So aim high and think long-term when setting your New Year's resolution. And imagine what you can accomplish in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella Windows and Doors Wisconsin. Start your journey today at PellaWI.com.
You're listening to Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The countdown to kickoff continues. How one of us will be feeling in 12 hours, we shall see. We are going to have boots on the ground, too, and he is joining us now here on the Saturday Scramble. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch, here on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The sun is starting to poke out a little bit here in Madison. You're starting to see some blue skies. Just in time for our man Jason Wilde, who is en route to Chicago. You can hear him from 9 to noon weekdays on Wilde and Jauch across all of ESPN Wisconsin's platforms. Jason, good morning. And before we get rolling, I have to ask you real quick. Well, first off, how are we doing on this Saturday? How is the drive?
So far, so good. Knock on wood. Just passed the guy vaping.
Nice.
You guys vape?
No.
No, I do not.
Where are you still in town? Or is this like on the interstate?
It's on the interstate, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Are you carpooling? You Domofsky?
We're on the road. Me, no Domofsky. I'm sure he's got one of his boys have some sort of basketball game or something he's got to try and schedule around. So
Those to be Redbirds.
Just as long as we get down there safe and sound, that's all that matters.
All right.
How are you guys today?
We're good. We're
doing
good.
Well.
We're doing well. Hey, season 2, it's starting off. You know us knuckleheads. That's what the YouTube chat has been calling us, a bunch of knuckleheads. I know you guys have the YouTube dwellers. We have our Saturday scramblers right now in the YouTube chat. So hopefully that consistency gets going. But Jason, before we get into
I'm just glad you guys got a second season. Congratulations.
Yeah,
we
thank
did
you.
it. We did it.
The bosses must not have been listening very closely.
I know, right?
Hey, the plot only thickens in season 2. We'll see what this season lies ahead. And Jason, before we get into Packers Bears talk, I want to ask you, as you're also driving on the road too, you hit a fork in the road. Obviously, hopefully that's not the situation, but let's think hypothetically. You're at a fork in the road, and you have to your left this beautiful valley. You have immaculate views. You have sunshine. You have rainbows. You have the best of all views, the greenest of grass, everything. And to your right, you have this kind of dark, murky, gray, flat, dirty road in front of you. Which road are you choosing?
I feel like I'm being set up here.
You are
No.
100%
There's no
being set
setup
up,
here.
Jason.
There's no setup here.
100%.
Well, I think I'm going to, because I'm a naturally curious person and skeptical, I'm probably taking the murky, dark,
how about
dirty
that,
road.
Pablo? Yeah,
Because I think Pablo's tricking me.
he is. He's
and
trying.
Probably a serial killer waiting in the meadow or something.
Exactly. He just walked away, took off his headset. We'll see if he comes back for the rest of the interview. But, Jason, what Pablo is getting at here, we were just having an argument about Bears fans and I guess the Chicago Bears themselves enjoying the roller coaster, getting super high and amped, and how Pablo wants the Bears to be super amped up heading into this postseason game. And I'm saying I'm glad that Matt LaFleur has said that the atmosphere and energy has been outstanding in the locker room, but that they're treating it like a normal game, like every week. I want them to be even-keeled and rely on that experience, not just being super juiced up heading into a playoff game. I think the juice will be there already. So how do you feel? I know you've said the vibes in the locker room are good. Where would you rather have your team, super amped or more level-headed heading into a postseason game?
Yeah, good question, Riley. I'll be honest. I used that quote from LaFleur in my game preview this morning because I did think it was interesting that he talked about, trying to treat it like a normal game. I mean, obviously they know the stakes are much higher, right? We talked to Xavier McKinney about that. We talked to Jordan Love. They all know it's win or go home. They're not pretending that that's not the case. But I do think, peaks and valleys and riding the roller coaster is it's a lot, right? And obviously Pablo knows this with the way he asked the question. Like the Bears have experienced it, right? Welcome back. Great to have you.
Thank you.
The Bears are the first team in NFL history to win 6 games that they were trailing at the 2-minute warning in the same season. Like, that's incredible. So that tells you everything you need to know about what a roller coaster season they've had. Now, I would also say that is something the Packers very much understand. I was talking to Xavier McKinney Thursday, as he was leaving the locker room, and I just was trying to get a handle on their vibe. And the biggest thing that he said was that, look, we have to make sure we understand that this is going to come down to the final minute. And it's our job to try and prevent that from happening, right? Mm-hmm. Because you think of the 2 games they've had, the first one, the Packers win by Keyshawn Nixon intercepting the final pass. And on the flip side, this is a team that they, at the 2-minute warning, because they didn't even get that field goal off, it's 16-6 at the 2-minute warning. Mm-hmm. And yet they find a way to lose, right? Mm-hmm. And so, to me, they and look, we can point to 1,000 things from that second game, right? 0 for 5 in the red zone, not recovering the onside kick, busting the coverage when you've got a 0 blitz on, and Brenton Cox is closing in on Caleb Williams. Obviously, then, the failure offensively in overtime. Like, there's just so much that went awry. And, oh, by the way, you also lost your quarterback in the second quarter, even though they've got a really good backup. That's not ideal either. So you put it all together, and obviously it was a a series of unfortunate events. But the bottom line is that if you can prevent this from being a game decided in the 2 minute after the 2 minute warning kind of game, that's a pretty good thing against this team, because the Bears are now, to Pablo's point, the Bears are going into games. It doesn't matter what the score is at the 2 minute warning. They think they're winning, right? They believe that. And that may not be the case tonight, but they certainly believe that.
Jason, I want to touch on, from what I'm hearing from the Chicago side, is that I know everybody wants to get out to a hot start, but it seems like that this Bears team wants to get out to the hot start, because as fun as those fourth quarter comebacks have been, and you said it too, it's historic. It is fun to see that as a fan, or even just in general as somebody who appreciates football and just loves watching this ride. But on the other side, too, for the Packers, have there been talks of how can they get out to a fast start? How can they control or make sure that the Bears do not get out to that hot start? And what's the temperature there? I'm curious to know what you've heard from the conversations you've had with the team so far.
Well, I mean, look, talk is talk, right? And they can talk till they're blue in the face about how they're not worried about being rusty. Jordan Love has been adamant that it's not like he's missed all this time. He was practicing. I mean, he was even practicing during the Baltimore week, and he really thought he was going to be cleared from the concussion protocol too, and then he flunked the computer test that they have to take. And so, he practiced all that week. He practiced all the Minnesota week, and now he's practiced all this week, even though it was a little shorter week, so it's not like they had a ton of real practices. They had a jog through a real practice on Wednesday and then a Friday-style practice on Thursday. But you can say all you want about how, I'm not worried about this. I don't think rust is going to be an issue. But let's see what you do on the first possession. Let's see what you do on the second possession, because, I will be surprised if they're clicking on all cylinders on the first two series that they have in the first quarter. And if I'm wrong and they get out to a blitzkrieg 14-0 start, then they have to sustain it so they can avoid the after the 2 minute warning hijinks that the Bears have been party to all season.
Yeah, Jason, you mentioned the rust versus rest there. We watched ahead of the show your 3 things to watch for this game. I believe it's posted on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube or Twitter feed if fans would like to go watch that. You mentioned rust versus rest, rushing game for the Bears and the Packers' ability to stop it, and turnovers. Out of those 3, you just talked about rust, do you think is the most important, and are you the most worried about coming into this game?
Yeah, I think it's turning the ball over, right? I mean, the game is always about the ball, no matter who you're playing, but it's especially true against the Bears. I mean, this stat blew me away. I saw it from, as I tease Domofsky, Rob Domofsky, Stats and Information. He gets that all from ESPN Research. But I saw it, I think on Get Up, that the Bears are 2-6 in games where they get either 1 or 0 turnovers. And then you do the math. They went 11-6 this year. So that means they're 9-0 in games where they get 2 or more turnovers. My advice to Jordan Love and the Packers would be, don't turn the ball over more than once, because that obviously spells doom for you. But to me, that's what it's all about, right? And frankly, the Packers, I think we all wrote this in training camp with the ball king and installing the lights and siren in the meeting room and all that. And then they ended up with, 14 takeaways on the season? The old saying about you get what you emphasize, I guess not always. And either that or I don't know what the Bears have. I don't know if they have some sort of carnival where you go on different
we have a roller
turnover
coaster.
rides. It's more fun,
clearly.
right? Exactly. So I guess I'm very curious to see if the Packers can, because look, they have not. I don't think Caleb Williams has thrown a pick in the 2 games that they've played him. I know they haven't sacked him.
The interception to end
Maybe
the game.
Maybe he has one.
The
there
first,
you go.
the first,
Obviously,
yes.
the one to Nixon. There you go. But that to me, that's one of the 2 places this game will be decided. The other one is obviously they cannot allow the Bears to do to them with the running game what the Ravens did. And I'm super curious, given how confidently Jeff Hafley banged the podium as he exited stage left, right. I always get that messed up. Is it for the audience or is it for the person walking off the stage? Anyway, when he exited and he banged the podium and said, we're not going to be done, well, you better make sure you stop the run if that's your plan for being able to face Seattle next week.
I mean, Jason, I love to hear, or I love to see, too, when Jeff Hafley's just slams his fist on that podium. In general, you've talked about this before, and I mean, I don't think that you should have gotten flack for pushing that. You want this rivalry to be what it is. You want Caleb Williams to be good. You want Jordan Love and Caleb Williams to continue to have these battles. Big picture for a game like tonight, for this to be the rubber match in the wild card round in Chicago, what does this game, in your eyes, mean for this rivalry, and what do you hope it could be for years to come?
Yeah, I mean, Pablo, it's a good question because, I don't think, first of all, Bears fans definitely don't understand that, but you know how Bears fans are. They're not all that bright.
Real.
Oh, exactly. None of them.
Could not agree more.
No, none of them are bright.
But like, I've got a bunch of friends that are Bears fans, right? And we've got all of our teammates at ESPN Chicago that obviously are Bears fans. I'm not a fan. I don't care. Like tonight, I'm fascinated to see how this plays out. But if the Packers lose, I can guarantee you I won't be sad driving back. I will be, okay, well, let's get ready for locker room clean out, and I got a lot more free time to go to gymnastics meets and volleyball tournaments. I'm just not wired that way. So for me, as a storyteller, and I don't make any apologies for saying this. I've been saying this from the jump when they hired, frankly, I said it when they drafted Caleb Williams, and then he had that bozo coaching him. Matt Eberflus, man, he seems like a nice fella, but now he's gotten fired like twice in less than a year's span, right? By the Cowboys now. So I just, with Ben Johnson, who seems like kind of an arrogant jerk from afar.
Agreed.
Hey.
Yeah, I know that comes as a surprise to you. But like, I think it's whatever. As a storyteller, I think it's awesome that both these teams could actually be good. Like it was fun for Packers fans and Rodgers with the "I own you, I still own you," and the two Packers quarterbacks with their record against the Bears and the way they flipped the history, all that stuff. Great for Packers fans. But again, I'm not one of them.
Yeah, Jason, I'm glad that you also brought up Ben Johnson too, and I hope that he is here to be around for the rivalry for years to come. But Matt LaFleur too, and it looks like from Ian Rapoport, the report that came out that looks like that there will 100%. I think we knew that this was going to happen in general, that there was going to be a postseason meeting, but it seems like that sources are saying that both sides believe that there is an extension, and both sides want to have Matt LaFleur back for the Green Bay Packers for years to come. Your thoughts on that one from what you've seen in terms of that, because again we've talked about that. Whatever happens from here, unless you really, really just lose in an embarrassing fashion that just looks completely uncharacteristic, I don't think it's fair to try to knock Matt LaFleur out of the building. One, because of what the head coaching cycle looks like in terms of hiring, and two, I think Packers fans are just genuinely sometimes in this more small bubble not really appreciating what they have in terms of the offensive mind that is Matt LaFleur. What are your thoughts right now?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, I don't think, win or lose tonight, I don't think Matt LaFleur should be fired, but that's not my call. And again, I would emphasize that it doesn't matter what they say right now. Like we were just talking, like what are they gonna say? Well, I don't know. If they lose, we probably are gonna fire his ass. Like they're not right. No one's gonna say that. And so again, we'll see how tonight goes. I would say, one of my favorite sports movies is Remember the Titans.
Great choice.
And I love the defensive coordinator. I don't want them to gain another yard, all that other stuff. Leave no doubt. And the Packers and Matt LaFleur can leave no doubt about his future employment by going out there and beating the arch rival. I mean, again, the whole idea of this rivalry being reborn, I don't think it's probably good optics to lose 5 in a row to close the season and lose to the Bears twice in those 5 games, with one of them being a winner-go-home playoff game. So they can say what they want. I do think he would be a hot commodity if he ended up on the open market. But again, I I'm not gonna kind of take that with a grain of salt in terms of that guaranteeing much of anything other than, of course, they're going to talk because they're going to talk whether they're keeping him, firing him, extending him. They have to talk at some point about all that stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. But tonight, I think, obviously, you could say all you want that tonight doesn't matter. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I would agree, Jason. And bringing the focus back to tonight's game, I was listening back to your guys' press conferences with Hafley and Steno, and you asked Adam Stenovich about Josh Jacobs. We've talked about the Bears' running game and how critical it is for the Packers to stop, but Josh Jacobs has not had the season we had hoped for as Packers fans. How do you feel about him and the Packers' running game, especially with Jordan Love potentially being rusty coming into the game against the Bears tonight?
Yeah, Riley, I think Josh Jacobs has also had the kind of season that Josh Jacobs wasn't hoping for either. And I do think that there's, I get it, right? If you're out there, you're judged, and quite frankly, there were a lot of Packers fans that were angry with Jair Alexander for not playing through his knee injury last year, right? And then I think those same Packers fans look at Josh Jacobs and are saying, well, he hasn't been very productive this year. I mean, he injured his leg, and he told us this week. I didn't even know this. But I had asked him something about, how it compared to the quad injury that he'd had in Vegas. And then he offers up that he also injured his ankle in that Giants game. So he had the quad bruise, the bone bruise in his knee, and an ankle issue. He said basically I was playing on one leg. Well, that's why he also ended up with 926 rushing yards. So, I think that, there's no excuse for the fumble he had in Chicago, right? You can't. He had said, I don't plan. He had said going into that game, I don't plan on turning the ball over, and lo and behold, he did. And he had to sit with that. Like he admitted to us when we were all talking to him during the week that he keeps going back to that. Like that game doesn't come down to what it came down to if he doesn't fumble and he gets in the end zone, which he's done 13 times this season. So I think having him, close to 100% after the last several weeks, I think that's potentially a game changer. And so I would certainly think that would be something the Packers would want to lean on because they haven't been able to do that. And Matt LaFleur wants to be able to pick and choose when he has to put it on his quarterback. And there were times earlier this season that we would talk about how much faith does he have in Jordan? Is he really trusting him? All those things. I'm eager to see from a game planning perspective because if you have a healthy Josh Jacobs, I think you got to utilize him. And this Bears defense, I'm trying to think of. I mean, maybe the Packers had a defense like this at one point where all they really did well was taking the ball away, but the Bears don't do anything else well defensively, like nothing.
I'm not gonna disagree. I don't disagree with
you. You were disagreeing earlier, Pablo.
So, I wasn't disagreeing that the defense was bad.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Continue, Jason.
Sorry, we've been bickering a lot today.
It sounds like, well, it's good to have you guys back together.
Yes.
It's like a show married couple.
Yeah, it's like a show that we hear from 9 to noon once in a while on the weekdays here, huh?
Yeah, usually we're just picking on Jesse. But yeah, the bottom line is that this defense, if you don't turn the ball over, you are better than them, and let's see it tonight.
Jason, to wrap things up here, Jason Wilde, too. You could hear him weekdays 9 to noon on Wilde and Jauch across all of ESPN Wisconsin. Want to leave you with this question. One thing that can push the Packers to victory, one thing that could ultimately be a detriment if they were to drop this game. If you could pick one thing from each side, what would those things be?
Well, the detriment is not being able to stop the run, right? I mean, if I'm Ben Johnson, as much as I love my little trick plays and everything else, I want to run the football on these guys and make them prove that with Nazir Stackhouse and I love this Jonathan Ford storyline. Like he was here for 2 years and he never played. Like he didn't play a single snap, and then they claim him and it's like they need him to be Gilbert Brown. But if so, that's to me for the Packers the one thing they can't do is just get run over play after play after play. And the one thing that I think wins it for them, and I didn't write about this at all, but you guys you guys watch some of these games, including, frankly, the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game, which was for a berth in the playoffs, and you saw one kicker miss an extra point, and then you saw the other kicker miss a game-winning field goal. You know, Brandon McManus looks like himself again, and he made his field goals in Chicago the last time we were down there. He did miss a kick in the playoff game last year in Philly, but to me, you know, his experience, this is why he's one of only 2 30-somethings on their team, I think. Yep. The other one being the long snapper, Matt Orzech, is if this game comes down to a field goal, you're counting on him making it. My favorite thing from the game in Chicago was the fact that they kept not getting the net up in time for his kicks, and so they had to have security going into the crowd to get the footballs back, because those guys, they need those. Like, they only get I asked Versace about that afterward because I was really intrigued. Like, there was a guy, like, he was refusing to give the ball back until he got like some other ball given to him from the Packers bench.
Nice.
So it really does. I think that he has to be the guy that has been so reliable. If it comes down to a field goal tonight, they need him to make it.
Yeah, and Jason, real quick before you go, I remember you talking about.
You guys are worse. Yeah. You guys are worse than Tausch and I let the guests go. Like,
wait,
one more. No.
Jason, if I will, real quick, which is just another one. This is, if you and I both love storytelling, if you and I both love interviewing, you know that if you follow up from a good, it's about the follow up. If you're curious, you want to keep digging in. You want to be that capital J journo hat. You want to keep that hat on your head.
Yeah,
Come on.
So this is something I've been curious about since the last Bears game when you talked about asking Brandon McManus. He did an experiment with the footballs and recording how much they deflated in the cold weather. Did you get the results of that experiment?
No, this is what you. Yes,
I did. I did get the results. I went and asked him a couple weeks ago. So I think it inflates to between 12.5 and 13.5. And he said at the end of practice, after he pumped him up to 13.5 psi, they measured it after practice and it was 10.5.
Okay, that could be a big deal. That's real.
Well,
you are a football nerd beyond beliefs, my friend.
My understanding is they can still pump them back up on the sideline if they're in cold weather. So this has been Bill Nye the Science Guy on ESPN Madison.
Sports Science is back.
Sweet.
Well,
thank you.
Hopefully the heaters work too. Jason Wilde, you can hear him from 9 to noon here on ESPN of Wisconsin, across the board on Wilde and Tausch. Excited too, I believe, because I will also be a part of the ESPN Wisconsin YouTube watch-alongs. It sounds like Jason Wilde might be trying to appear at halftime, so want to maybe a little bit of a tease there. So join us on YouTube as well for these watch-alongs. But hey, have a safe drive to Chicago. Tell everybody back at home I said what's up. Appreciate your time here on the Saturday Scramble. Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Thank you, Jason.
Jason Wilde once again, part of Wilde and Tausch. You can hear him 9 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin. It is time to not just get riled up, if you will say, about this game, but a couple more things. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch. This is Saturday Scramble here on 100.5 ESPN.
Stay tuned. Saturday Scramble continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Hey, Madison IKEA fans, great news. IKEA is now closer than ever with our brand new pickup point at the University Bookstore on State Street. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you know and love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter at IKEA.us or the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore pickup point. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Time now for the Retirement Report. Jen Rezac here with the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock. He is founder of Retirement Income Strategies. Now, when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the markets, it's hard to know what to do. Christian, what can you tell us?
Well, Jen, first of all, don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Also, it depends on where you are in relation to retirement. If you're 3 to 5 years from retirement, you likely need a plan. Market corrections and bear markets are just a normal part of the stock market cycle. And if you feel nervous when you read headlines about big drops in the market, you likely don't know how much risk you have in your portfolio. That's why it's important to get the right guidance or a financial plan for your retirement.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, Christian, tell us about the offer you have for our listeners today.
Well, now's the time to start looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. And we have a helpful resource for our listeners today. We call it the Madison Money Map. And you can get your hands on this today by calling or texting the word MAP to 866-864-8081. Now, my team put this together just for you, and it's complimentary. You'll get guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, and taxes in retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, just call or text the word MAP to 866-864-8081. That's 866-864-8081.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Madison Money Map today. Just text the word MAP to 866-864-8081. The team at Retirement Income Strategies will get your Madison Money Map to you right away. So just call or text the word MAP to 866-864-8081. The team at Retirement Income Strategies will get your Madison Money Map out to you right away. One more time, just call or text the word MAP, that's M-A-P, to 866-864-8081. That's the Retirement Report with the Madison Money Guy. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies and SEC-registered investment advisor. Firm may not give tax advice.
I was afraid that college would be like high school. I worried about starting over and feeling alone. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm part of a community, and I've never felt alone. My instructors have been incredible, and I've made so many friends and connections. My advice to others, don't let your fears stop you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The dog days are over.
We are getting closer and closer to kickoff. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch here. It is the Saturday Scramble. We could say all we want. You know, the rivalry is renewed. We're feeling good. We're feeling energized. We've definitely had some heated moments here at the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison.
I'm just sad we got to wait 7 more hours after the show.
We get to wait 7 more hours.
Yes, but...
We get to.
Yeah, but I want the game to start right when we're done.
We get to see a rubber match in prime time on prime. I also said to put this in prime time, not on prime.
Yeah.
I also want to put
messed
that.
Up.
I messed up.
Careful what you wish for.
Clearly, I should have chosen my words wisely. But enough of me getting fired up. It's time to get riled up with our own Riley Jauch.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
So to set the stage real quick for you Saturday Scramblers, we want to keep doing this throughout the rest of Saturday Scramble. It's some things that are getting our guy Riley Jauch fired up, energetic, ready to go, whether it's about on the football field, whether it's on the court. It could just be something that happens in his everyday life at the grocery store or at Taekwondo, right? No.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-Jitsu. Could be that as well. Riley, take the stage. It is time to get riled up.
Yeah, it is time to get riled up. And we actually did kind of a preface of riled up earlier when we were talking about Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit and how dumb it is that this game is on Amazon Prime. But I'm not talking about that. I know we had some Bears fans come from ESPN Chicago because they're talking about college football right now. I'm going to take us back to college football real quick. It'll be a quick segment, then we'll wrap up with Bears-Packers. But I had to deal with, I'm an avid college football fan all season. All these SEC shills are just the most annoying people on the planet. Paul Feinbaum especially. I used to hate Stuart Mandel. I've come around. Stuart Mandel is a great journalist, and he is no longer an SEC shill in my mind.
You're a Stu dude, okay.
Exactly, yes. I like Stu now. Paul Feinbaum is a moron. Hunter, do you have the clip?
Who's
Who's going to win the national championship, and is it going to be an SEC team?
It is. And by the way, if it's not, I'm leaving the country because
Goodbye.
I am so sick and tired of being harassed by Big Ten fans on our show. The Big Ten has literally done nothing. They won 2 national championships. Michigan won one 2 years ago. They won 1.5 national championships, I think, before that. In 70 years, and they act like they invented football.
We did. Rutgers is the birthplace of college football. They're a Big Ten team. The Big Ten invented football, Paul. So bye-bye. Have fun leaving the country. Miami beat Ole Miss 3rd straight year that an SEC team is not going to even be in. They're not even going to play for the national championship. Indiana, they're a wagon. Miami's good. I hope it's a decent game, but Indiana's probably going to steamroll their way to a national championship. It'll be the 3rd straight year that a Big Ten team has won the national championship. All the SEC fans can shut their mouths. They're done. Their conference sucks. It's mediocre. Iowa beat Vandy. Illinois beat Tennessee. And Wisconsin beat Illinois. So Wisconsin, theoretically, they probably finish 8-4 this year with an SEC schedule. They're done. Big Ten, premier conference in college football. I'm sick of listening to all the SEC fans. They're done. Their time's over. Big Ten, here to stay. Wisconsin, hopefully on top soon.
Does week 3
Let a
Wisconsin?
naysayer know.
Yes.
Does Wisconsin versus Alabama week 3 count?
No, because Danny O'Neal started. Backup quarterback.
That's why.
Backup quarterback. Wisconsin wins 2 years ago if Tyler Van Dyke stays healthy and doesn't tear his ACL. Badgers win this year if Billy Edwards doesn't hurt his knee against Miami of Ohio. Those games don't count.
Letting the naysayers know. All right. Well, what else you got on deck for us?
Let a naysayer know.
That's actually it. That's all I got.
That's it? Well, we'll have some more on that one for Riled Up. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch. We will flush out some more stuff. We will finish to talk about Packers-Bears. We are getting closer and closer. And don't forget we'll talk about this. Green Bay game day, game night are going to be your spots as well for the best pre- and post-game coverage of what's going to happen in Chicago. Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch. This is the Saturday Scramble. We'll have a little more of a wrap-up after this.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Saturday Scramble continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buckin' Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buckin' Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buckin' Honeys.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
I worried about choosing the right two-year college where credits would transfer to UW, but I figured out a great path. At Madison College, I'm in the STEM program. The classrooms are intimate, instructors are engaging, and best of all, I'll be able to transfer to UW debt-free. My advice to others, start your journey here. You won't regret it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Pro volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 Love Madison schedule is here. Setter of the Year Lauren Carlini and hometown favorite Claire Chauvet return to the court, ready to lead a powerhouse lineup of world-class talent. Get ready for non-stop action. Every serve, every volley, and every win, right here in Madison. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the unforgettable moments all season long. Visit lovb.com to check out the full schedule and secure your seats today. Volleyball is the next major league.
You're listening to Saturday Scramble on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
It's been a fun one, Saturday Scramblers
Scrambles.
to the Saturday Scrambles. Sounds like we can come up with a menu item at some point, too.
Yes.
You got to collaborate
Delicious.
with like Vintage, maybe North and South.
Ooh, I like that.
Some of our partners out here. I'm sure that we can come up with a good Saturday Scramble dish. Just saying, putting that out there. Hunter Press F8 back in that booth if you can. So, well, I don't know if you actually need to market. He is doing it. Back here at the Everlight Solar Studio, Pablo Iglesias, Riley out here wrapping things up, getting ready for the big game on a national stage. And that is Bradley in Northern Iowa on ESPNU. My alma mater, Bradley Braves, getting ready for this one. College hoops, baby. Oh, wait, also Wisconsin does play.
Yeah, Wisconsin
does play Michigan on CBS.
A basketball game, Wisconsin at Michigan, number 5 team in the country in Ann Arbor. Yeah.
I think number 2.
The Doom.
I believe they're number 2.
Up to number 2.
They're number 2 now. Michigan, that is.
Yes, I will watch that, but sorry. This is one of the few days where I'm not nearly as dialed into the Wisconsin Badgers as I am the Green Bay Packers.
I appreciate that. Love Madison Volleyball, who's a great partner of ours, too, and also Wisconsin Men's Hockey. I believe everybody's moved their games up a couple hours early to make sure, because we all know that Bears-Packers wild card weekend, that is the one to watch, and hopefully you have Prime Video ready to go. Riley, final thoughts as you head into this one. How are you watching the game? How are you feeling about this?
I'm so excited. Friends and I are having a watch party tonight. We're having some friends over. We'll have it on the big screen, a nice living room. Gonna try and do a potluck. Maybe people bring dishes to pass. There'll be some brewskis. It is going to be a fun night. It's going to be a mix of Packers, Bears fans. One of my roommates, Oscar, he's a diehard Bears fan. One of us is going to be insufferable. The other is going to be crushed after tonight. I am so excited for this matchup. I am just itching for kickoff to get here, and I'm ready to see the Packers continue their dominance over the Bears, the NFC North, and advance in the playoffs.
I'm excited for it. Like I said, there was a lot of anticipation going into this game and what it's going to mean. But all in all, I'm excited. The day's here. I can't get rid of it. So you know what? Let's embrace it. Let's have fun. Let's go down the valley. Even though Jason, being that, I don't think that that's true. That he would take the curious road in the forest or whatever the case is.
He's a naturally inquisitive person.
Well, anyway, make sure you join us later today, too, on the ESPN Milwaukee and Madison YouTube channels, where we will have a watch party. I'll be in Milwaukee. I'm going into the Lions Den once again. I believe it'll be Tony Cartagena, Alex Strofe, Josh DiMaggio. Will Summers will be on my side at this one, at least, so that's going to be a fun one. Make sure you tune in and watch along for that. It's going to be, I don't know what to expect, but I am very excited.
It'll be fun.
Riley, for our Saturday Scramble crew, I also got to put this out there before we wrap up the show. We were talking about doing a little bit of a bet, and I think that this is the time to put it out there. I think we got to do this. And the idea that we have both come up with, if we want to do the gentleman's handshake right here.
Yep. Handshake. You can't see it on the screen, but we reached across and shook hands.
We did just shake hands.
Hunter saw it. He's our witness.
He is our witness.
They did.
Loser will have to wear the jersey of the other team, and there will be a written statement on behalf of to start out the show next week. So make sure everybody that was super active here in the Saturday Scramble chat and YouTube, everywhere across the board on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app. I'm Pablo Iglesias. He is Riley Jauch. For Hunter Vaughn, behind the glass of the Everlight Solar Studio. This has been the Saturday Scramble. Season 2 is upon us now. We're excited. You will be getting ESPN Game Day coming up from 12 to 4, and then 4 p.m. is when Green Bay Game Day pregame show kicks off, sending you to that 7 o'clock kickoff, and then make sure that you tune in right after the final play for Green Bay Game Night. It's going to be a late one, but it's going to be a fun one. For now, though, Pablo Iglesias, Riley Jauch, Hunter Vaughn behind the glass. This has been the Saturday Scramble. The season premiere is underway. Peace!
Go Pack, go, baby! Yes!
Hey, it's Bobby Stricker, and